Hey guys, to start, what I thought was memorable or interesting about this play was that it kind of had a bittersweet ending with Dr. Horrible. He gets into the League of Evil, which is what he always wanted from the start of the musical, but he also did lose Penny, who he cared about greatly. So it was good in some ways and, of course, bad in others. Moving on to some themes, I thought the first one was there were a lot of coincidences in the play. For example, when Dr. Horrible is trying to execute his like heist with the getaway van, and of course Penny shows up to talk to him. How inconvenient of a time for him when he's trying to just do a small act of evil compared to murder, and she's trying to talk to him. She's messing him up a little bit. So I thought that was pretty coincidental. Moving on, I think that there's a lot of settling happening, and what I mean by that is characters are constantly settling for something they have rather than trying to reach what they truly want. For example, Penny's relationship with Captain Hammer, she mentions like many times that she doesn't really think he's a good match for her. He's kind of obnoxious, but she thinks it's the best she'll ever get, so she just decides to go along with it. Moving on to a third theme, I think sacrifices was very prominent, and that's one example would be the obvious one, of course. Dr. Horrible does get into the League of Evil, and all it cost him was a life of the one girl that he cared for the most, so he had to sacrifice her, although accidentally for something else that he wanted. The song I chose to analyze was Penny's song. I thought it was pretty helpful in explaining her background information and her character. So she came from probably a pretty unhappy childhood, and she didn't think she would ever be happy. But she still tries to help everyone else in life. That explains why she works so much with the homeless shelter. She wants to get she wants to improve life for anyone she can, and she wants to help any way she can. So it's pretty. The song was pretty helpful in explaining that. For question four, normally I don't find musicals particularly effective in their storytelling, as I think that the moods are usually too happy and it's hard to get meaning across. But I thought for this musical, the songs were pretty helpful in explaining what the characters were thinking at the time, and even the way they had multiple songs going at once, multiple sets of lyrics between the characters. I thought that was pretty cool, and it was able to show two sides of the story at once, as opposed to like boring monologues of characters just speaking on and on about what they were thinking. We were able to see it through the songs. So my two questions for you guys would be: what do you think would have happened if Dr. Horrible's plan had gone exactly according to his plan, and he killed Captain Hammer, and Penny was still alive? How would that interaction be with Penny after that happens, that whole sequence of events? And then secondly, do you think Dr. Horrible, like after the play's over, do you think he would always stay in the League of Evil, or do you think at some point he'd realize it's not what he really wanted? What he really wanted was, love or friendship and whatnot, but it's all evil is all he ever knew. So do you think he would just stay in that league, or do you think he would try and leave it and change his personality, become a different person?